welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen and this is my fiber web. If you're new here, this is a Flosstube channel where I talk mostly about cross stitch, sometimes about knitting. Today is just cross stitch. This is my Flosstube episode 11. Today is Wednesday, May 8th, and I have a lot to share with you today. First, I'm going to go over the giveaway winners from the giveaways that I had in my last two videos. I also have some stitchy kindness to share. I have a couple finishes. I can only show you one of them though, and a lot of whips, maybe a couple new starts, and then I have some haul. So if that sounds good, then stick around. So I'm going to start right away with the giveaway winners since, like I said, I'm a little bit behind when I thought I would be filming. I usually try to film every 2 weeks, and this time it has been 3.5. I got sick, and I'm still sort of recovering. Also, my toddler was sick, and there's just been a lot going on. I also tried to film this already on Monday, and I got all the way done and realized there was no audio for some reason. So I double checked a couple times today, and I think we're good. So let's jump in. I'm going to start with the giveaway winners. So if you are one of these winners, please contact me at jensfiberweb@gmail.com with your mailing address. And then also, I had mentioned before, I have a couple of these Tiny Modernist charts that were complimentary from Market, and I placed an order with Lindy Stitches, and they accidentally put a few extra in my package, and I got permission to share them. So if you would like me to include one of these, just let me know, and I will add that in. So the first giveaway was from Flosstube number 9, and that was for the Blue Flower Hedgehog and Hyacinth. This was a market release that I stitched super quickly, I think in 1 or 2 days. And the winner of this is Stitchin' W. Lou, which I imagine is Stitching with Lou. I will put your comment up on the screen. So congratulations. And yeah, please email me your address and whether or not you would like the Tiny Modernist chart included. Next up, we had Needles Dance. This is not a brand new chart, but I did just finish this project, so I wanted to share the pattern. And the winner of this one is K. Gerhardt 100. So congratulations. Please email me with your address. And then the last giveaway was for Away We Ride, and this is one where I just accidentally bought the pattern twice. I just started this one recently with Elizabeth of Savory Sewing, so you could start this with us. I mean, you'll be a little behind, but you could stitch it with us when you get it if you'd like. The winner of this is Manic Homesteading 1565. So congratulations. Again, I have 3 extra copies of that Tiny Modernist chart, so if you want one, I have enough for everyone. Last time I did a giveaway, everyone got back to me very quickly, so as soon as I have your mailing address, I'll get that in the mail to you. And then while we're on the topic of giveaways, I wanted to share some stitchy kindness that I got. So I actually won a giveaway for, I'm pretty sure, the first time ever on a Flosstube, and that was for my friend Julie at Julie and Stitches, and I won this fancy flamingo chart from Hands On Design, which I think is adorable. And I don't have a specific plan to start this yet, but I would like to start it soon, like this spring or summer. It started all in DMC, which is nice, so I just got to find fabric. And then she also sent with it some of these little thread drops. She has a logo. I want a logo. With her Instagram and Flosstube, and then also it has a place to put the brand and the color on the back. So thank you, Julie. Those are super cute. And then Stitch X Love on Instagram. I think it's like Stitch_X_love. She found a giant haul of finished cross stitch, and she posted everything on Instagram and said if anyone was willing to fully finish these pieces, that she would mail them. And there were a bunch of them. I don't know how many, like 20 or 30. And I got one of them, and it is super cute and tiny. It is these little sheep underneath. It looks like the moon to me, like a nighttime sheep scene. Super cute. I tried to look this up. I think it was like a complimentary pattern from Elizabeth something. I'll put the information down below, or if anyone's interested. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this was a free chart. And yeah, it's super cute. So it's tiny, like teeny tiny. So it would make a great little ornament, or I might make a little tiny pillow. I will decide soon and then definitely share that. And you can go, there's a hashtag which I will put on the screen because I don't remember what it is, that you can go check out to see everyone else's finishes. So thank you for doing that. That is awesome. I love that idea. Okay, so now I'm going to go into finishes. I'm very excited. I have a very exciting no, it's not fully finished. It's finished. It's complete. Um, I think it was my oldest project before I finished it. That is, I need a drum roll. Is my Dark Queen of the Earth by Autumn Lane Stitchery. She's completely done. Like beads, backstitch. She's done. She is missing hair, but that's how I want her. She's a bald queen. Um, so I think last time I showed her, I might have had all of the cross stitching done. So, and I had some of the backstitch, like on her face, was already done. So all the backstitch on her arms and like the leaves on her chest and the bottom part of the skirt, the tree trunk legs is new, and then all the beads by the flowers and the skirt. She's got beads around her arms, and then these bigger dangly bits coming off of the branches. I'm very happy with how she turned out. Again, I stitched her on the 14 count printed Ada. I'm not sure of the brand or the color exactly. It doesn't really show up too well on screen. It's like very light tan mottled. Um, and okay, I changed some of the colors in her dress to make it more of a yellow green and less teal. And then I left off the hair. And they had two options where you could stitch these big yellow things as flowers or the orbs, and I mixed them together. I wanted to try one of the orbs. Otherwise, I think I did everything as charted. Hey, I think this might be the first thing that I get professionally framed. I haven't quite decided if I want to just try to go to like Michael's or find an LNS that would frame her. I don't know. I'm just so excited that she is done. And I know Autumn Lane said that they're going to come out with the next Dark Queen in 2025. So this one I think started in August of 2022. Is that right? I don't remember. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the future ones. I did not do the Dark Queen of the Sea. This was my first one. And I had kind of a hard time with the way that they did the charting for that. I felt like all the page breaks were in like the worst possible places. And then especially the last glue, you had to look at two charts at once to do the back stitching. One of them showed which color to use and the other one showed how many strands. And I like literally was getting headaches trying to look back and forth and at my stitching and figure out what was going on. So yeah, I don't know if I'll do the future ones, but I'm happy with that finish. And then my other finish is a model stitch for something that has not been released yet, so I can't show that, but it is finished. And I was happy to get that done several weeks ahead of schedule so that I could focus on all these other things going on in May. Okay, so those are my finishes. So next, I'm going to go into whips. But I'm just going to have my new starts mixed in because I had planned everything out to film this like a week and a half ago, and then things changed. So I'm just going to go through my whip basket and I'll let you know which ones are new. Okay, so the first one I have to share is Of Dragons and Apples by Quaternion Creations. I will put what the finished project looks like up on the screen. This was a mystery stitch along. I don't remember if it was last year or when exactly it started, but I love this project. It is very fun to work on. It's just three colors, and I used DMC for all of them. So it's DMC 310, and then I picked a couple. I picked a dark gray, and this orangey red is 606 for the apples. So the stitch along started in this corner, and then we went around, and I have been working on this panel in the center, which is one of the ones like this, where it's you stitch the background and the dragon is not stitched. And then I think there's one more square over here, and then this part opens up into the center where there's a giant dragon. Um, and I got this out because Quaternion Creations Maria has a new mystery stitch along that actually starts today. The frame was released. It is Fairy Tale Forest or Forest Fairy Tale, one of those. So it's a similar style to this, where there are 3 colors, and um, the inspiration is not just forests, but fairy tales that use forests as like a place to go and um, go through an important change or growth, or like uh, some spooky, boundary between what the real world and the magical world. And I just love the inspiration. Maria's mood boards and stuff were fantastic. And so I immediately, as soon as I heard about it, as soon as it dropped, signed up. So I got the chart in the mail today for the border, which compared to like the Lola Crow borders, it's not that intense. So I think it'll be easy to get that in place before the next clue drops. So if you are interested in joining, you should. I still have to figure out which fabric I'm going to use. I want to use something green and foresty, and just make sure my colors will pop. I would like to start that today if I can. Okay, and then next, this project is one of my WIPCO calls this month. It is also something I had already pulled out for the building block sale hosted by the Carolina Stitchers, and someone else. I can't remember who else. But that is going on this month if you haven't heard about it. It's just um, any project that comes in different blocks. Like I have one of the classic examples, which is like one of these Country Cottage Needleworks. This is what I'm doing. Welcome to the forest. So I'll put up a picture of what they look like all together. But there's this banner, and then there's 6 more charts that go underneath it. And Country Cottage Needleworks gives you a free border if you want to do them all together on their website. So I'm doing that. Is there one more? Okay. Yeah. So I had already pulled it out for the building block sale, and then it just happened to be one of my whipcord hauls. So perfect timing. Um, oh, and maybe I'll show you the colors since I don't have a whole lot done. The colors are a mix of DMC and Classic Colorworks, and they're all very bright, springy, and then some browns since it's a forest. And here's how far I am. So I'm stitching this on, it is Lamb's Wool Linen by Zweigart. I think it's 32 count, or it might be 28. I don't know. It's very stiff. Like this will stand up on its own. And I'm not sure how much I like that, but we're dealing with it. I think it might be the called for. I'm going to keep going, even though I prefer a little bit more pliable linen. So my Whipco goal is to work on that for 5 days, and I'm hoping I can get that first block done with the welcome banner. Next up, I have my other Whipco call for May, which is Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street Samplers. This is now my oldest whip, now that I finished Dark Queen of the Earth. I bought this. This is one of the first projects that I kitted up when I started cross-stitching and got out of just dimensions land. So I bought it as a kit from Beach Cottage Stitchers. I think they're in Florida. I don't know. So I didn't really know much about overdyed floss or anything really about fabric besides Ada. So I just trusted them to give me the right things. And I believe this is a 40 count linen. I don't think I saved the tag at that time, so I don't know what exactly it is. And then they supplied all the called for. It's mostly Weeks Dye Works, and there's some Gentle Arts. And then the shop did do some substitutions for a couple colors that I imagine they just couldn't get in stock at the time. So my goal is to work on this for 5 days. When I got it out, this part of the house wasn't quite all filled in yet. Neither was this side of the roof or this chimney. So I've already worked on it for 2 days, I think, or maybe it was only one. I don't know. Um, so I'm doing one strand over two, like I said, using the called for flosses with the substitutions from the shop, and here's what they look like. I think there might be a couple missing because I stole them for other projects. Oh, and then this is in a super cute pumpkin patchwork bag that I got from Sherry's So Sweet on Etsy. I love it. It also has a little pumpkin charm. If you want to see someone who's much closer to a finish, check out Laura at Stitching by the Shore. She is also currently working on this, and I think she's trying to get it done. I think she made some color substitutions, and she might not be stitching everything in the chart. I don't remember, but um, hers is looking really good. Okay, I'm gonna put this right here. Okay, next, what is this? Oh, this is a new start. So I think this is new since last time. I put up a poll on Instagram and asked which new thing I should start, and this was the winner. It is Little House Needleworks Warm Winter Woolens with this little sheep with a sweater, and I don't know what it has on its bottom half. Like they're not pants. It doesn't look like a skirt. It looks like a cloth diaper cover that you put on a baby, or like bloomers. Is that what bloomers are? I don't know. Anyway, I also got this um, from someone that had already kitted it up. So I do not know what this fabric is. Here's how far I got. I think I only worked on it for one day, maybe two. So there. Um, I might not do the like pile of snow at the bottom that the sheep is standing on because it's just a bunch of white stitches. And the person that I got this from, I think it was a seller on eBay or Etsy. They pre-kitted it up with like the actual amounts needed, and it's all DMC except brandied pairs for this brown. So I will get the variegation a little bit on the sheep's rump, which is important. You need a variegated rump on your sheep. Okay, I had been working on a bunch of large projects and I just wanted something small to work on. That's why I started that one. Okay. All right, and then next I pulled out my Carolyn Manning piece for Manning May, which is a stitch along. This is the second year it's happening, hosted by Cam the Stitcher, Marjorie made, the Museum Stitcher, and the Seattle Stitcher. So I thought about starting a new piece, but I think I'm just going to see how far I can get on my whip. This is Prairie Wind, and I think I just went over 50% on this, or I'm just about to. And when I started, I was working in this corner and kind of going out from there. And then at some point, I decided I wanted to start color completing. So that is what I have been doing. And I just started working on this sort of pale lavender color. So that is what I'm working on now. And most of the colors that are left are sort of lighter colors like that, like they're more fill-in. I think I did most of the darker ones already. So this, according to Stitch Pal, which is an app where you can keep like photos of your progress and all of your projects, and also you can record your stitch counts and you can put in a target date and it will tell you, it'll just quickly do the math for you about how many stitches you need to do every day to get there, or it will estimate when you'll finish based on your current rate. So I put this in there and it said, I think I need to do like I would need to do 700 stitches a day to finish it this month, which sounds a little bit crazy, but I'm stitching this on 16 count Aida, so I can very easily do the sewing method in hand, and it's all block stitching. So it's like theoretically doable, but I don't think it's going to happen. Um, but yeah, I do want to see how far I can get with this month. So I have a Tiny Decisions app with a wheel that you can spin, and all of these projects, all the goals I have for this month are on there, and you can weight them. So like everything that I have a goal of working on for 5 days is on there with the same size chunk, and then if I work on it, I make the chunk a little smaller so it has less chance of getting called. And that one is just on there with a huge chunk because I would like to work on it every day. but not actually. Okay, the next whip I have to show you is my Unicorn's Garden by Sprouting Lupine. This is on 32 count block by Picture This Plus or Fiber on the Limb. I think it's Picture This Plus. I'll put it on the screen if I'm wrong. I'm doing this 2/2. I absolutely love this project. I am over 50% done with this. I was working on these dangly vines, and I think I was filling out where it has my initials at the bottom. So most of the small motifs are done. I have to do all the leaves on the tree. This bright green vine comes up and there's some orange flowers on it. And then the bottom gets all filled out with leaves, and also there's another little placard with the year that needs to go in next to my initials. I mean, it's not little, it's pretty big. But yeah, I love working on this. I don't have a specific goal. I'd like to finish it this year, so I just kind of keep it out. And if I'm having a bad day, this is a nice one to pull out and work on. It's another one that's easy since it's 32 count. 2/2. I'm doing on that one with all the called for DMC. Okay, we have 2 more left. So this is Nora Corbett Pisces, which I put on my wheel for Mira May. So it's not technically a Mirabilia, but it is Nora Corbett, so it counts as far as I'm concerned. I started this year on the day that Pisces started. And here is where I am at. I am doing this on the called for fabric, which is 32 count Country French Cafe Mocha linen by Witchelt. And when I pulled her out, her head was all done and most of this part of her chest and shoulders. So I was working on the arms, and then I put in that part of her dress. It's like the bottom of the chart, not the bottom of the dress, but yeah, she is very fun to work on. I am using all the called for DMC. I do have the beads for her. She's got a lot of beads for being so small. And I was also thinking about changing some of the colors on these fish to have, like, I'm going to keep the dark teal, but then I want to change the lighter ones to maybe a corally orange, just to make the fish pop a little bit more. So I'm going to try it and see how it looks. And if I hate it, I will do it as charted. This one doesn't have any specialty threads, I don't think. It just has beads and DMC. I also have, the only other Mirabilia I have on the go is Scent of Old Roses, which I started on my birthday. I also have that one on my wheel, but it hasn't been picked yet, so I don't have it to show you today. Next time I likely will. So let's see, the last whip I have to show you today, oh, this one was a new start on 30th of April, and this is In Praise of Pollinators by the Blue Flower. So I started this along with Laura of Lality Stitches for her pollinator sale. So Laura is she's giving out assignments on the 30th of every month for 7 months with which sections she's going to work on, and I'm following that. So I am doing this on, where's my tip? This is 18 count Outback Jack Ada from Bestitch Me. And I just got this in a D-stash on Instagram. So here's my start. I had posted on Instagram that my fabric is not, it's a similar gray to the chart, but it is not as dark. Oh, I have thread stuck. It's not quite as dark, so my 3865 is not popping as much as it does in the model. So I put up a poll in my Instagram stories with 4 options of what people thought I should do. One of them was don't do anything, it looks fine. The other options were add a strand of 3865, because when I did the floss toss, it really looked like there was enough contrast. So I think maybe if I add a strand, because I'm only doing it 1/1 on 18 count Ada, if I add a strand just to the top leg, so I don't have to unpick anything, That might give it enough coverage to make it pop a little more. Another option is to add some backstitch, which I know will work. I've done that before on other projects. And then the last option was to use a brighter white. So the last time I checked, don't do anything, just keep going and use a brighter white. We're tied with like 18 votes each. And then the other two options had like 1 or 2 votes. So what I'm going to do for now is just keep going. I can always add backstitch at the end or try adding another strand. I don't think I'm going to change it to a brighter white. I might use a brighter white for this little lemur at the bottom so that he pops. But for like the bee wings and wasp wings, like I don't care if they're a little more blendy because you can't, they don't look bright white in real life either. So it's nature, okay? Nature's blendy sometimes when the sky is gray. Okay, so those are all of my whips and new starts and finishes. Sorry, I bumped the camera. So I think I kind of talked about plans as I was going. I do, in addition to my whip go calls and the stitch alongs that I already mentioned, I would like to start the Fairy Tale Forest stitch along today. And then Amber of Rogue Mama Stitcher on her latest video was talking about starting Spring Forest Scrapbook, which is a collaborative design between Lindy Stitches and the Blue Flower. I've had it kitted up for a while, so I was like, I'll start that with you. And that is on the 29th of this month, so I'm planning on starting that. I'll put a picture up of what it looks like. I did not get the kit out to show you. So I think, yeah, those are my plans. Things that I decided not to do this month are Mania. I have enough other things going on. And then I also didn't really talk about it, but I sort of ditched my monthly Quakers from the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. I did the first 2 or 3 in their months this year, and then I just had no desire to start the next one, which I don't remember if I started March or that's when I stopped. And I was also doing the Blackbird Designs Anniversaries of the Heart at the beginning of the year, and I didn't like the second one that I did very much and haven't started any more after that either. So those plans that I had at the beginning of the year are on hold for now. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else. So I think all I have left now is some haul to share. And when I say some, there's kind of a lot. So if you're not here for haul, thank you for hanging out. I hope you get some time to do something that fills your cup today. And I will hopefully see you next time. If you are here for the haul, let's do it. I already showed you my Stitchy Kindness. I also have a stack of other things that I've purchased. So I'll start with this. I got this Reolist kit. This has anchor floss and Zweigart fabric. It is 14 count, it looks like white Ada. And I just saw this on eBay and I thought it was darling with the little bee. So I got it. And then I got a couple other kits also on eBay. These are, oh, that one was not very, let me see. This one's from 2014, so not too long ago. I mean, I guess that's 10 years now, so we won't talk about that. Okay, this one is from 1996. This is a Janlin kit called Birds in the Hood. Did I get it because it's called Birds in the Hood? Possibly. So super tall, skinny birdhouse with all these cute little burbs. Again, 14 count white Ada. This one is on these cute pre-sorted cards, so I don't have to figure out which color is which. And then another Janlin. This one is from, I don't know when, 1988. This one is called Cactus Garden. So this says Monarch Horizons, and then it says Janlin at the bottom. But yeah, Cactus Garden. And when I do this, I will not do those diamonds in the background. I'll just do the actual plants in their pots. And this one, I get to sort the threads myself. Okay, And then, I don't know, I got these. I don't know why. I got two teal colored threads. I have no idea what these are for. If you know what I got these for, let me know. And then I picked up Fairy Flora by Mirabilia. I saw this on eBay for a reasonable price, and I know a few people are stitching this right now. I think Stephanie at Cross Stitch the Globe is working on this one, and oh, Laura from Lality Stitches. I think she just started this one for me or May too. So I picked this up, and then 123 Stitch was having a 20% off sale on Kathy Barrick. Not like all of Kathy Barrick's stuff, but um, there was like a theme. Anyway, I got a bunch of them. I got Vibrant Flowers, which is a new release at market this year, and it comes with this small as well. I got the Millhouse, which I love this one. I have seen a few people finish it on Instagram, and it looks awesome. I have another one that's very similar to this, that also has a Millhouse, but it's bigger. I don't remember what it's called. And then I got this one. I Give You My Hand. I think this one came out last year. I think it might have been an exclusive before that somewhere, and it came out last year at market. And then Good Intentions, which Marjorie Maid just finished hers, if you want to see this done. And I think Cam is working on this, and she did a color conversion. So I got that one. And then I also got this Carriage House Samplings Frederica chart. Fun fact, my mom used to call me Frederica when I was a kid, among many other names that I don't really know where they came from, but that's one of them. Okay. And then I have a bunch of fabric. So I don't think I showed this. This was my fabric of the month from March. Gold Rush, I think that's right. From Be Stitch Me. I am doing the 18 count Ada. So I'm excited to find a project for that. The color looks pretty true right there. It's like a nice rich gold. And then I have April's. So if you, for some reason, do not yet have your April fabric from Be Stitch Me, maybe you want to look away right now. And I will show what it's called, but I won't say it in case you're not peeking. So yeah, this one is, let's see if I fold it, maybe the color will show up better. Yeah, it's pretty bright. Like almost highlightery. So it will be interesting finding something to put on here. I'm not really sure what that will be, but I don't have anything like that in my stash, so that's nice. And then 123 Stitch was having a sale on Fiber on a Whim 28 count linen. And I got a few. Okay. So I didn't take these out of the bags, but these aren't the super crinkly ones. So I got Persimmon, Heather, Moonstone, which I think is a new one from market this year. And then I got Malachite, which I think is also new. And so these are all cat quarters. And then in that D-stash that I got my fabric for the pollinator sale, I got a couple other pieces. So I have this, which is a Be Stitch Me 22 count Ada. It doesn't have a name for the color. It has a number on here, 229. I don't know if this was like a Friday night fight night deal. So it's like a gray green, but there we go, with some little like more yellowy splotches. I might use this for my fairy tale forest. I think that would be really cool with the main color being black, and then there's two accent colors. I'm sure I could find two that would pop on this. This is like sort of spooky foresty, right? I'll have to see if it fits on there. And then I also got a fat quarter of kiwi but this one is 40 count linen, so I have it now in 28 and 40. And just to show how the same color can look different, this one's much brighter. And I'm not sure if it's because of the dye lot or because this is 40 count and this is 28. Like maybe it's a significantly different, like, I don't know who manufactured, the linen that Be Stitch Me, or that Fiber on a Whim used to dye. Anyway, I thought it was interesting that they're like slightly different. Okay, I think that is everything that I have. I am very hopeful that the audio remains throughout this whole video. Yeah, so if you are one of those giveaway winners, don't forget to email me. Or if you happen to know any of those 3 giveaway winners, please reach out to them because, like I said, I'm behind schedule, and especially for the that first giveaway from 2 videos ago, it's been quite a while since anyone entered that one. So reach out if you know them and let them know to come watch. Yeah, that is all I have. So I hope you are having a lovely day. It is getting warm where I am. It is sunny with a high of 80 today in northern Illinois, where I live. Yesterday we had some crazy thunderstorms and a tornado watch, because that's how it is in the spring here. Uh, I got to go watch my 11-year-old play baseball yesterday. He plays on a travel team, and they had a tournament out of town this weekend in Dubuque, Iowa, which my husband took him to. So I was happy to get to see his game yesterday. Yeah, that's all I have. So I hope you're well, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.